Guys, look at how bad physical retail is right now. Today's a holiday, and all the stores in the mall are shut down. There's a huge ice skating rink down here, but it looks like a haunted house. This is a huge mall, but I'm the only one here. There's one store still doing delivery, but oh my god, look at this physical store setup. I came here to check out properties, and people were telling me how cheap the apartments are. My god, how can they be so cheap? You still need investment up front. Look at this, such a huge mall. I'm the only person here. It's the weekend, and I'm in Hexi CBD, but it looks like this. How are we supposed to keep going? It's unbearable.
On May 31st, footage surfaced showing a nearly empty Binrunhui shopping mall in Hexi, Nanjing during the Dragon Boat Festival lunch hour, typically the busiest time of the day. Once a popular spot for white-collar workers in Hexi CBD's central business district, the mall's prime location and high surrounding property value made it a thriving hub. Its prime location reflected high nearby land prices, which once reached over 70,000 yuan per square meter. But less than 8 years after opening, the mall now stands largely vacant.
3000万没了。
30 million yuan's gone in an instant. 50 million yuan, also gone in an instant. It was so crazy back then, and now it just looks ridiculous. I told my friends not to buy these mall shops, but they didn't listen. Especially these malls, which rely heavily on operations and don't have space to survive independently. Once they can't be rented out, you still have to pay management fees every month. It becomes a hot potato, and no one will take it over. You can't sell it either.
On June 2nd, a video posted on Douyin reported that thousands of shop owners at South China City in Shenzhen have lost their entire investments. The widely celebrated commercial idea of one shop supporting 3 generations has gradually turned into an investment dilemma where 3 generations support one shop.
一家两家
One shop shuts
三
down,
家
then another, and now even Wonders turned into this. Look, it's all empty stores. There's no foot traffic. Shops are being transferred everywhere you look. Here's a newly renovated one. Let's see what happens to it.
What's going on? These shops are all empty. Can you believe it? This used to be the super popular food street on Jiangshi Road, and now these 4 shops in a row are all empty.
China's economic downturn has led to widespread pay cuts and layoffs. Consumer spending has declined, and many unemployed people have invested in opening stores or street stalls. This has made business more difficult across industries, triggering a wave of closure nationwide. On May 9th, a video captured the current state of Evergrande Zhouyu Plaza's physical stores in Yubei District, Chongqing. The mall had become a ghost town with almost all stores closed. Only a few coffee shops and phone stores remained open, while clothing shops struggled and others had already left.
Evergrande Zhouyu Plaza in Yubei District, Chongqing, is also about to collapse. I came here today to see the situation in person. This is the first floor of the mall, and it's completely empty. There are hardly any people, and almost all the stores have moved out. Stores are closed everywhere you look. What's affecting them? Could it be the construction outside? The mall and its tenants are struggling. Let's check the second floor. Every shop in the section is empty. All the doors are locked. It's even worse than the first floor. This is a reality on the ground. Starting a business and opening a store in 2025? Be careful, or you'll end up working for the landlord paying rent. This mall, which once had booming business in Chongqing, is now like this. A few years ago, when the movie Neza was a hit, this mall was crowded. Now, even the movie theaters are doing poorly with almost no customers. The storefronts are all dismantled. It's really burning through cash. The economy is just too bad. Chongqing shouldn't build any more malls. There are so many with no foot traffic, and they're just wasting away. It's such a shame. Muji has also closed. There are some major brands still operating, like Burger King, Huawei, Xiaomi, Starbucks, Lunkin Coffee, Bolanger Coffee, gyms, and a few clothing and barbershops. What's going to happen to physical stores in 2025?
带你们看一下现在松江实体。
Let's take a look at the situation in Shanghai Songjiang district and the state of the physical economy. Many streets in Shanghai look like this now, much more desolate compared to when I first arrived here.
Take a look at Shanghai's New World Daimaru department store, once held as a benchmark for high-end retail. At 8 p.m., this sprawling 85,000 square meter mall had very few customers. On May 11th, a parent company of Shanghai New World Daimaru department store released its financial report. Although the store generated 402 million yuan in revenue last year, it faced huge losses, with a net loss of 414 million yuan. After 2 years of operation, Daimaru's total debit exceeds 5 billion yuan, resulting in significant annual interest payments. 16,000 yuan a month, and the place has been empty for a year, still couldn't get rented out. In the end, they rented it for 7,000 yuan. The shop next to it is still vacant. This is the reality of the rental market. Over the course of a year, over 200,000 yuan is gone, and it feels worse than 50% discount. Why did they rent it for half price? On one hand, the rent for new properties in the area is about the same, and a lot of them still can't be rented out. On the other hand, the longer a place stays empty, the harder it is to rent. If a big business with management capability comes along and you miss that opportunity, it might be impossible to find a new tenant. In 2025, physical stores are facing a wave of closures, affecting sectors from dining and apparel to cultural products and services. Prices continue to rise, but consumer purchasing power has shrunk across the board. One video criticized the rental market in Nanjing, where storefronts have been vacant for a year with no renters. Rent has been cut repeatedly, finally dropping to 7,000 yuan per month, which does not even cover mortgage payments, leaving landlords with no options. Looking down from the 7th floor at Wanda Cinema in the mall, this is the reality. Look at a Ping Beef Offal and Li Da Chong Tea Bai Dao. They don't even open during the day. A Ping Beef Offal was doing well in other malls, but this one seems to have closed down. The stove looks like it hasn't been used for a month or two. It's Thursday afternoon around 6 p.m. and there's hardly anyone around. You can feel the emptiness. It's like Zhengzhou's mall are becoming ghost towns. We filmed a few Baolong, Da Shanghai, and Baishen malls. When a mall does poorly, it's a devastating blow to investors. Stores that were bought for 1 or 2 million yuan are now selling at 30 or 50% of the original price. This is 360, the most central area in Zhengzhou, and even the 360 team can't keep the mall running. You can imagine how difficult it is for other malls. Looking at the current state, it's really shocking. The lower floors are mostly turned into anime and toy stores. What used to be a coffee shop is now closed. There is a snapshot of the current market environment. For investors who bought stores, they were just hoping to break even. But now it's like a hot potato they can't get rid of.
It's a total economic slump. Look at all these empty stores. None of them are open. Look behind. There are no kids playing in the amusement park. There's not even cleaning being done. All the stores are shut down. It's a complete collapse of business. This situation is really rare in modern commercial history. Delivery stores are closing. Clothing stores are closing. Even tech, beauty, and medical equipment stores are going under.
Nowadays, storefronts are no longer assets, but have become financial burdens for business owners. 10 years ago, renting a shop was still a gamble on growing foot traffic. Now, mall vacancy rates exceed 30%. From an investment perspective, data from the China Real Estate Association show commercial real estate investment fell 18.3% in 2024, marking the third consecutive year of decline.
This is terrifying. Look at the second floor. It's almost completely shut down. The elevator to the third floor has already stopped, and there's a barricade around it. The fourth floor is also closed off. Basically, the entire third and fourth floors are shut down, and you can't even go up. This is the first floor, where there are still about 7 or 8 businesses open. Big brands like Luckin Coffee are still holding on. The basement level is blocked off, so you can't go down. This mall has been open for only a year and a half, but it's already basically closed just after 6 months of operation. It's scary.
In recent years, whether the first and second tier cities or in third and fourth tier cities, there has been a continuing trend of store closures. Many small and medium shops face bankruptcy, with most stores operating less than a year before closing. More and more people notice that physical stores on the streets have become eerily empty, like haunted houses. Many owners complain on social media that business is getting harder. Some have lost so much money that they have broken down emotionally and destroyed their own shops. One video showed a man who invested over 100,000 yuan to open a franchise restaurant. After only a few days, with daily sales under 200 yuan, he angrily smashed his store. Another video showed the owner of a seafood shop in Zhenjiang, Jiangsu province suddenly lose control. He smashed tables, chairs, refrigerators, and televisions inside his store. Still dissatisfied, he threw all the furniture and items onto the street, drawing attention from passerby. Insiders say this owner is about 40 years old and has run the lobster restaurant for over 2 years. Due to poor business and insufficient income to pay rent, he was under heavy mental stress, which led to his emotional breakdown. Recently, a female furniture store owner in Taiyuan personally smashed her store, which had been in operation for 7 years. This whole journey feels like a disappointment. When the new store opened, people were speaking confidently, saying they were going to make it big. Now look at them. Here's another certificate, a good furniture brand, but useless. Many people commented under this video. One said that when his company went bankrupt in 2018, they moved out what they could, but left most things behind because there was no one to help move. He saw that the office equipment they had bought with real money was all thrown away. He understood the feeling, and he said he still carries heavy debt and has not recovered. Another comment said, "This reflects the reality of grassroots physical store owners in China. Everyone is suffering and eventually many will close down." In today's China, as the economy continues to decline, thousands of shop owners struggle to survive. Some simply shut down when they cannot continue, while others are forced to keep going despite the difficulties. It's Dragon Boat Festival today. I really didn't want to come, but I thought, let's just go. Now it's 12:15 and I've only made 32 yuan. I really want to cry. I regret coming here. I'm so frustrated. At least our neighbor is smarter, they're just resting today. Honestly, I should have just stayed home too. I came here with no business and now I'm stressed out. It's better to just take a rest. The owner of a yellow braised chicken franchise complained about poor business during the Dragon Boat Festival. Similarly, Mr. Wang, who runs a small restaurant, has been feeling down lately. After more than 10 years in business, his once bustling eatery has seen a sudden and sharp decline in customers. What used to be a crowded storefront is now so quiet it raised concerns. Mr. Wang is puzzled. His cooking skills have not changed, and prices have not increased, so why have long-time customers stopped coming? This question troubles many small business owners. Recently, a clothing store owner told Chinese media that after 13 years of operation, running the store has become increasingly difficult. He said that before 2020, his monthly revenue reached over 200,000 yuan. Last year, it barely maintained 60,000 yuan, and this year's sales have plunged further, unable to even cover rent. Even someone experienced in apparel business like him feels powerless. He noted a clear change. Several years ago, many young customers visited his store and could afford to spend using credit service such as Huabei and credit cards. But in the past 2 years, many customers have maxed out their credit cards. He said, "You wouldn't believe it. In small cities like ours, many people have defaulted on online loans to an unimaginable extent." One content creator said, "The weirdest and most mysterious business phenomenon has appeared. 1.4 billion people have suddenly stopped eating out. Restaurant owners say no one's dining in restaurants anymore. Everyone's buying groceries to cook at home. The vegetable market vendor are saying that people are now ordering food through delivery platforms. Delivery platforms are complaining that orders have collapsed. Restaurant owners in first and second tier cities are saying that 1 to 2 million people have left for their hometowns over the past year. Those who return to their hometowns say the place feels like a ghost town. And even stranger, from Beijing's Guomao area to Binjiang in Hangzhou, from Shenzhen's Science Park to Wuhan's Optics Valley, all these cities are seeing millions of people disappear." Data from China's Ministry of Commerce shows that in 2024, the number of physical retail stores nationwide dropped by a net 273,000. In the first quarter of 2025, the number fell by another 85,000. If this trend continues, 2025 could see a net loss of 340,000 physical stores, the highest in nearly 10 years. The great decline of physical store is only beginning. Multiple key factors contribute to this, including consumption downgrade, demographic shifts, the impact of e-commerce, and the effect of real estate development on commercial ecosystems. First, physical retail faces multiple cost pressures. Rent, though somewhat lower, remains high. Meanwhile, labor costs continue rising. In 2024, average wages for retail employees increased 7.3% year-on-year, outpacing industry sales growth. Second, consumption downgrade accelerates challenges for physical stores. High unemployment, waves of layoffs, and pay cuts leave consumers with less money. Many reduce non-essential shopping and cut back on leisure spending in stores, leaving cities quiet. A 2024 survey by the China Consumer Association found that average weekly time spent shopping in physical stores dropped from 3.7 hours in 2019 to 1.9 hours in 2024, which went down by nearly half. This trend is expected to worsen in 2025 amidst economic pressures. Third, the decline in birth rates affect consumer base size. With a sharp drop in population growth, fewer consumption support physical stores. Fourth, e-commerce competition intensifies pressure on physical retail. A survey showed 85.3% of respondents prefer online shopping for standardized goods, only choosing physical stores for products requiring experience or urgent needs. Fifth, the layout of commercial properties is often unreasonable. Rapid urban real estate construction focuses on housing, neglecting employment needs. Ideally, housing development should align with sufficient factories and businesses to provide jobs. However, high land prices making building large employment centers unprofitable. Without factories, residents have no local jobs and turn to small business ownership. This forces many into a crowded retail market, causing excessive competition and widespread store closures. Recently, Professor Zhao Ping of Peking University's marketing department said, "It's undeniable that there's overcapacity in China's physical retail industry. In the next 5 to 10 years, at least 30% of retail space will either be eliminated or repurposed. Only stores that truly understand the changing needs of consumers and offer differentiated value will survive." However, this outlook may be optimistic. Finimize reported that China's retail sales growth in April 2025 was only 5.1%, far below the double-digit growth before the pandemic. This indicates overall industry contraction. Economic downturn and consumption downgrade are accelerating store closures, making survival increasingly difficult for physical retailers in the future.